Hello and welcome to the Drone Zone Ultimate Summer Adventure. I'm drone pilot Brian Kay.
And I'm drone pilot Joe Tillman.
Hey Joe, we got the whole Drone Zone decked out for summer fun.
We are ready for the summer, for the adventures. Let's bring it.
It is hot, hot, hot.
That it is.
In Arizona
That it
during
is.
the summer. Do you know what the hottest recorded day of Arizona summers is?
I'm going to guess 122.
Yep.
And the reason I know this is because born and raised here, but I wasn't living here at the time. My mother was.
Okay.
She went to the grocery store that day and she bought some microwave popcorn. She put it in her car, in her trunk, and went to do other shopping. When she came back, it popped.
Wow.
True story.
Wow. That's like you hear about people saying it's so hot in Arizona you could fry an egg on the street.
Right. Literally, you can.
Wow. Yeah, that was June of 1990.
Okay.
122 degrees. We don't fly that hot.
No.
We don't fly the drone. We stop at 104. We've said it before. That's why we kind of move our shifts during the summer to start a little bit earlier to get some great drone shots.
The other thing, too, your drone will give you a warning as well.
Right, a temperature
if it
warning.
starts to get hot as well. So you know to, like, I should bring it in now.
Well, you shouldn't wait for the warning. Just don't
Correct.
fly over 104. There's a lot of ways to beat the heat in the Arizona summer.
There are.
There's a bunch of splash pads at all the different parks around Phoenix.
Plus lakes, rivers,
Water parks.
Water parks.
But one thing that I would say that kind of signifies like, okay, summer is here, get ready, is the Salt River tubing.
100%. You know it's summer when people are going to hit the Salt River in the tube.
I mean, Memorial Day, that place is packed.
Packed.
People just flock to the river, and I've never done it.
No,
but
I have.
It looks fun. It's a little bit of a rapids, and I dipped my toe in the water, and it's nice and cool. Like,
Still
it's
counts.
refreshing.
Still counts.
Okay, that counts?
Still counts.
All right,
Still
all right, I'm
counts.
official.
But sort of the tubing is sort of like choose your own adventure. There's different things. You can go for 2 hours. You can go for 4 hours. You can go with like a rowdy group, or you can go with a chill group. It's whatever you want it to be.
We flew the drone at the Salt River tubing. Let's take a look.
When people think Arizona in summer, they think Salt River tubing. Today's a perfect day to tube the Salt River. It is beautiful outside, it's hot, it's a perfect weather to go. Hi, my name's Matt Sess. I'm a supervisor here at Salt River Tubing. We're here at Salt River Tubing in Tonto National Forest. We operate on the lower Salt River. We operate 6 months out of the year. It's always a fun time out here in the summer. It's a great time to get away from the heat. Water's usually below 70 degrees all year round, so it's nice when it's 110 out here. When you come in, you check in, you go ahead and get on one of our buses and they'll bus you up to one of the launching points. We do have a full river float and a half river float, just depending on how long you want to be out there. Point 1 is the top. That's called water users. That is a recreation area in the forest, but that is the top half of the river that we start launching from. Then the second point is Blue Point Bridge, and that's kind of our halfway point. That's a big spot where people hang out and just relax and kind of float in the river as well. The last point that we operate on is Goldfield. That's point 4. That's probably about a 4 to 5 hour float if you're doing the whole thing. The top half of the river does have rapids, so that's a lot of fun. It's not quite whitewater rafting, but it is, substantial, so it is a little fun out there. The lower half does have a lot more wildlife, so you do see a lot of wild horses out there. Right now, it is about 4 to 5 hours for the full float. It does change depending on the water level. Be prepared to get burnt, wear lots of sunscreen, drink lots of water, but have the best time. You're out there, you kind of disconnect, you don't really have service, so you get to just be out there with your friends floating. It's just a lot of fun. Every day is different, nobody has the same experience twice out here. It's a floating adventure in a national forest. We call it a mini Grand Canyon out here. Beautiful scenery. People come up from all over the world to see it. It's so much fun to be out here, and it's just a beautiful place to be when it's hot and sunny.
right, that was Salt River Tubing Drone Zone, and I got to take my sunglasses off because I can't believe my eyes. We have special guest,
Yeah.
John Hook.
I feel like I'm floating. I'm floating in the air on my inner tube.
You're on the Salt River, it looks like.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I thought they called you Mr. Salt River.
No. But I did it a couple of times.
Yeah?
It was a blast.
Okay.
How
It is
how would
a
you describe
blast.
the experience to someone who's never done it before?
It's kind of community. You meet all these strangers and they become your buddies, and you start hooking up tubes together. And usually somebody's got a flotation device with beverages.
Of course.
Libations.
Back in the day, this would have been, during my ASU days, girls would periodically take their tops off. There was a lot of, it was a lot of fun.
It was wow.
Yeah, it was a good time.
It was like River Gone Wild.
The River
little
Wild.
bit. Yeah, a little bit. It was like a floating party.
Someone at the table has never tubed the Salt River.
Oh, you got to do it,
Yeah.
EK. You've droned it, but you haven't done
He's
it.
done it. Hasn't done it
Never
at
done
all.
it.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
do you want my flotation device?
No, it looks good on you, John. It looks good on you. You keep that.
I couldn't fit my rear end in this, so I had to do it this way.
So, when did you go? Like, did the hottest part of the summer? Did you go right before summer?
I don't recall. I did 2 separate trips, the ASU trip and then one later.
Okay.
The one later wasn't quite as crazy. The one at ASU with the group I was with, that got a little crazy.
Little rowdy.
Because I would think at the end of the day, you're just sunburnt, like beyond
yeah.
belief.
I think I had a T-shirt on just
Okay.
because of that. Just because I didn't want to put sunscreen all over me and all
Right.
that stuff.
That's my number one worry is sunburn.
Right.
Right.
We should all go tubing with BK.
Yeah,
we should.
and by the way, it's cool. The water's cool.
The water's
Yeah,
great.
everybody says
and
that.
plus, you got to see
Yeah.
the horses too, if you're lucky enough.
I didn't see that. I saw some other things, but I didn't see that.
John, thanks for joining us. Mr. Salt River
I'm
himself.
gonna float away now.
Float away. See you later.
I'm gonna float away.
There he goes.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, John.
Bye. Thank you, John Hook. Apparently now, BK, we're all going tubing on the Salt River.
Sounds good to me. I'm in.
But not only can you do tubing in Arizona, you can actually, which you'll never think of, surfing in Arizona. And that brings me, we had a 80s classic movie, North Shore, about a surfer from Phoenix.
What?
And now we have our own surfing in our own backyard in Mesa.
Yeah, dude. Like Revel Surf, bro. We're going to catch some gnarly waves.
Sure.
Surf's up, Joe. Hang 10.
Yeah, bro. Let's take a look at Revel Surf.
I've had more than one person tell me that it's the closest to heaven they've ever felt, because when you finally catch that wave and you can feel that sort of ecstasy that goes with it, the smooth feeling, it's a very special thing. Hey guys, Cole Cannon, Chief Developer here at Revel Surf in Cannon Beach. Welcome out to our paradise. Surf's up. So we have 2 acres of surface area of water here, and what you're looking at is 21 what we call wave boards or wave caissons. Those are powered by hydraulic power primarily. It can push 80,000 pounds of water. We're able to very efficiently propagate waves, and they can be all sizes. So we have what's called the Trestles wave, which is a more advanced wave, and then we have the Malibu wave, which is a beginner wave. So obviously we have surfing, and important to know we have surfing for all levels, whether you're the brand new surfer, never even done it before, or you're an advanced surfer. We've had pro surfers out here, everything in between. It's a no judgment zone, so if you have a desire, come give it a shot. It's a lot of fun. We have what's called a learn to surf session, and we have instructors that'll go out there and stand in the water with you. They'll give you a little push, right? And I'm telling you, it's like 10 times out of 10. People stand up during their first session. And it might not be graceful, but they're standing up and they're getting it, and hopefully they catch the bug and they come back and kind of climb that ladder to the more advanced waves. In addition to surfing, we have a skate pump track, which kind of goes hand in hand with our surfer community. We have a standing river wave. We've got beach sand that's been imported from the panhandle of Florida, and I tell you, we shot for 2.5 years to find the right sand, and kids love it. We've got kids over here building sandcastles as we speak, and just hanging out like you're like in Southern California. In addition to that, we have cliff diving. So we have platforms of cliff diving from anywhere from 6 feet up to 26 feet. Again, kind of capturing that whole spectrum of users, whether it's the little kid who's building up the guts to jump off a 10-footer, or it's the old, dive pro who wants to do a double gainer off the 26-foot platform. So it's kind of an elevated experience. Mother Nature does it best, right? You can't ever copy her exactly. But what we have out here that Mother Nature doesn't is predictability. So it's never a flat day out here. We can make the waves perfect. We can make them repeated. We can make them so that when you surf a wave out here, unlike the ocean, it's one surfer per wave. And that's a big deal, right? If you're in the ocean, you're out there competing with 50 other people who might be much better surfers than you. Here, you pay a session, one surfer per wave, and that creates a really fun community because it's no longer me versus you on the wave. I'm cheering for you to catch that wave. We have a beautiful desert here in Arizona, but when you step onto this property, it's like an outer world experience. You're stepping into something that you have never seen in Arizona. I promise, whether you're visiting Arizona or you're local, this will be an experience you at least have to try one time. You don't have to be a surfer to come to Revel Surf. We can help you become a surfer. But if you don't want to do that, come hang out at the beach. Everybody loves the beach.
That was really gnarly, Joe. I'm stoked. That's really rad. I'm trying to do all the surfer talk.
I see that.
I can.
I'm like Spicoli now all of a sudden.
Wipeout!
But how lucky are we to have this in our own backyard, especially on days like tomorrow when it's going to be 115 degrees?
Yeah, it's going to be hot all summer. Surfing in Arizona. Who'd ever thought? Would you do that?
Well, I would probably attempt to do that.
Yeah.
I would not do very well.
I would probably fall off right away.
I would fall off. I would much rather be in the cabana with a beverage.
And you know what? There is a lot of ways to beat the heat in Arizona to have an ultimate summer adventure.
100% from going up north to Slide Rock, to Revel Surf, to tubing.
Yeah, going to Canyon Lake on the paddle boards and the kayaks.
BK, take us home.
All right. Keep cool this summer. I'm drone pilot Brian Kay.
And I'm drone pilot Joe Tillman.
Keep your drone soaring and your ultimate summer adventures exploring.